Hi everyone. If this is your first time here, my name is Jenny. I am Costa Rican, but I currently live in Stockholm, Sweden. Sorry, ESL problems. Please, first of all, excuse the fact that I got this hair and no makeup. It's not, and if you go back to my other videos, you'll see that I don't really, care much about that. But if that's something that bothers you, I'm sorry. I'm just making some use of some time alone that I have since my boyfriend left to run some errands. So I wanted to record this video, letting you know where I've been again, and discussing something that is really hurting me somehow. And I hope maybe if any of you can relate, then we might support each other, or I could help in any way I can. But anyway, if you go back to my previous videos, you'll see that I have one that I talk about leaving a comfortable relationship that I was in. And that was actually a couple years ago. It's almost 2 years ago now. By the way, sorry if you get the light from the window. Trying to get the best lighting, Anyway, I don't want to make this too long, but in that video about my previous relationship, I did mention the fact that I left the relationship because it wasn't working, but also, mostly I emphasized the fact that I wasn't happy in that relationship, but I didn't say many of the other stuff that happened. And I have to be very frank here, and I hope if you comment something about this, it's a helpful, constructive comment. In the process of deciding that this relationship was no longer working for me, and maybe not knowing back then, there were many things that happened that, I don't want to go into detail because this video would be like 10 million hours long, and then there are other things that I want to actually put in a book format that I guess are kind of a little bit more private. But anyway, I did many things that I'm not proud of. If you're wondering what it was, yes, I had been seeing someone else. It's a very long, toxic, complex story before anyone comes jumping on my throat and saying that I'm a horrible human being. And if you think that, you're right. I'm laughing because it's this particular part is something that I guess I've kind of dealt with, so I'm able to talk more about it. But I did hurt my ex-husband pretty much. I also got involved in a lot of heavy partying, and I also got very heavy into drug abuse. I wouldn't say, I wasn't one of those people that would end up in addiction in a way that they end up in the streets and they're kicked out of their house. No, I didn't get to that point. But if you learn about addiction, you know that it's, the person who's on the streets is as much of an addict as the person who binges every weekend on something. It's the same type of addiction. It's just that, their life hasn't taken that awful of a turn, right? I'm not sure if I'm explaining that well, but anyway. All of the things that I did feel guilty about them, but I was kind of trapped in this guilt cycle where I would feel guilty, so then I would go a while like trying to mend for what I did wrong. And my ex, sorry, this is a sore thing for me. My ex is such an angel. He forgave me for so many things. I realize this is the first time you might see me crying on my channel, but anyway, that's what we're here for. He forgave me many times, even at times when he shouldn't have. Like, you know, if you have like some self-respect and dignity, there comes a point where you just have to leave, and he didn't. And I understand that it was because he grew up in a home where his parents have been together their whole life, even having like big issues. And that's what he wanted to achieve, like to stay and to, you know, to try to preserve the marriage and whatever. He forgave me for everything many times. Many times. And I was so confused because, and I could definitely talk more about this at another time. I'm planning to make a video on my addiction in another video, but a video in another video. Anyway, sorry. When we got to the point where I decided that our marriage was no longer working, I kind of had this sense that things were never gonna work because the bottom, you know, the root of the problem, the root cause, was that I was not happy there. And many of the things that I did were just me, like, in denial. And I want to let you know that I did love my ex-husband very much. He was my first love, and we were very much in love, and we went through so many things together. You have no idea. Like, he was there for me through and through, but you know, I guess we had outgrown ourselves. Like, we met when we were very young, and you can see my other video, I'll leave it below if you want to watch it, but we had outgrown ourselves. And even when we were just planning to get the divorce, it was so weird because I kind of convinced him to get a divorce, but in a way that made it seem as though we were just like physically separating, but we were not gonna separate sentimentally. I don't know how that happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that sounds messed up, but like, he just wouldn't give up. And I wanted him to realize that we were better off separate. So I convinced him that we could still see each other and maybe try to work things out again, but I wanted to take time apart. But what happened was that when we were apart, then I had an opportunity to go and stay with my brother in the States for a couple months. If you ever watch this, Josue, thank you. And that time apart for me and my ex was what actually showed him and me that we were better apart and that things were not going well. We did sign our divorce papers before I flew to the States, but it was something that actually took a while to sink in because we still talked to each other. We supported each other throughout the whole process. I even went with him to move to his new apartment. I keep wondering if things could have been different, and I would not have hurt him so much. And the reason why I decided to make this video is because, you know, first off, I'm alone, so I can talk about this without, you know, having my actual boyfriend listening to this. But also because this guilt, almost 2 years later, still weighs on me so much so that I'm actually, you know, I just made a call to start therapy again here in Sweden. Because, you know, as you probably know, and if you don't, then now I'm telling you, ending a relationship is a type of grief, the same as when you lose someone. And sometimes that lasts a very long time, sorry. And my ex and I were together for 10 years total. And actually last week, it would have been our 9th marriage anniversary. And, you know, it's very weird because he keeps coming up, like, I keep dreaming about him. I keep thinking of him, but and I want to clear out that it's not that, I don't miss him, like, I don't want to go back, like, no, I'm very much in love with my current boyfriend. I love him to pieces. He's just the best thing that has ever happened. Sorry, we're honest here. I'm not gonna edit any of this, as you can tell. So the thing is that what I realized is that I have things that I haven't dealt with from that point in my life. And it's almost been 2 years, and I have to actually seek help to overcome guilt. And there's something that I'm just realizing, and I hope this is something you can take with you. We can all feel guilty about doing wrong. But, I mean, in the end, we're humans. We're not meant to do things perfectly. We never will. Like, we will always mess up somehow. But I'm not saying that's an excuse to do wrong, no. But when we did wrong, you know, when they keep telling you that you should forgive when someone does wrong to you so that you can actually let go of that thing, it's the same for yourself, I guess. It's been very hard for me to forgive myself. It's been very difficult to actually deal with this. I might have other things that I don't know about this time of my life that you know, that I'm still like going over and over in my mind. And like I said, it was 10 years of relationship. Many of our friends are common friends. My family loved him, and it was very hard for them as well. So I'm sure that the guilt is the main topic that I need to seek help for, and also anything that is just lingering there that I don't know about. But I do realize that you need to forgive yourself for the wrongdoings. And of course, then we can try to make it right. But, you know, in this case, I've already asked for his forgiveness many times, and he said that he forgave me for those things already. He's already moved on. He's with someone else. He has a fiance now. It's just that I know that even if he fully forgave me, I haven't been able to forgive myself. I can't, and if you know me in real life, you know this is true. I can't even stand the thought of hurting strangers. Like, it's hard for me to say no to strangers because I don't like hurting people. So imagine how I feel by having hurt someone that I loved so much. And I hope all of those wrongdoings of mine actually come back to him, like in good. I don't know if I can say good karma, but you get my point. Like, all of those things like return to him in good things and happiness. This doesn't mean that I'm not happy. Like, because I am very happy with my current life. I love this country. I love my partner. I love the current situation that I'm in, and I have big plans for the future. But I've been getting all these dreams and signals that I need to deal with this. That I need to properly heal this. Forgive myself, heal this, and move on. Because it's like there are some portions of my heart that have healed, but others haven't. And this is one part that still weighs on me very much. And it sometimes makes me feel as though I don't deserve any of the good stuff that happens to me. But this is why I wanted to come on camera and talk to you and, you know, bring this up in case you're going through a similar thing. But I'll let you, I'm letting you know right now that, like I said, I'm going to look for help. And we don't hurt anyone but ourselves when we don't let go of the guilt of doing something. And I know it's very easy for me to say, because there are people who have done huge things that they feel they can never forgive themselves. But I'm here to let you know that it won't solve anything. Like, by you feeling that weight and that guilt and everything you're feeling, you're not helping the person or the people you hurt. You're not making it up to them. You would then first need to forgive yourself. Sorry, I moved the camera. You would then first need to forgive yourself, and then try to, if possible, make it up to the people you hurt, if possible at all, depending on what you did. I know this is a very heavy topic, and this video is long enough, but it's part of what I have this channel for, to just vent. So anyway, thank you for putting up with my crying. If you want to reach me, my social medias are below. I'll link the other video where I talk about this part of my life below as well. And I'm trying to upload more consistently, but the problem is that I'm always here at home, and my boyfriend's always here as well. So I'm trying to figure out where to record videos or how to manage that, but I'll try to do it more often, I hope. And also, my blog is coming. I'll let you know when it's coming. I'm putting it together, getting it nice. So I hope I'll see you there when it's ready. And thank you. Bye.